Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on why I think college is a bad idea and a waste of time for most people. So, that statement in itself, I already know that most people disagree with, especially parents. Most parents are of the belief that their kids must go to college, and it's a huge disadvantage to them if they don't. I think that that's a foolish position to have. All right. So some of the reasons why I feel this way are first and foremost because a lot of kids go to college without even knowing what their major is or their career goals are. They just go for the sake of going. They're done with high school and they just think that that's what we do now. We go to college. So it's a waste of time in that sense if you don't know the specific reason you're going. Another point is that most people end up taking majors that don't even have a clear end goal as far as career is concerned. For example, liberal arts. What the fuck does someone do with a liberal arts degree? Gender studies is another one I've recently heard. What the fuck are you going to do with a gender study degree? How does one make money and earn a living with this kind of dumbass knowledge? It means nothing. It has no value. And not only does it not have value, but it's costing them tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, and years of their lives. So in that sense, it's a waste. The exceptions to the people who should go, the reason why I said most, are the ones who do have a very specific career in mind, one that requires certain degrees. If you want to be a scientist, for example, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a doctor, these are things that are very specific and that require certain education. And that makes sense to do. In that way, it also makes sense to accumulate the debt or to pay your way, if you're able to, for the school. Another point against college is that those that go tend to have this false sense of reality when they finish, in the sense that they know something or that they're too good or overqualified for regular work. I've come across so many people in life who have gone to college, have these degrees, and are unemployed. And when I ask them why they're unemployed, they say because they can't find any work in their specific field or any job that they want to do. That makes no sense to me. For me, as a man, I work no matter what. There's no such thing as I'm too good for that. You are what the society and the economy and the market values you as. That's it. So if you studied for 4 years in some bullshit major that means nothing to businesses, corporations, then you need to just go do something at a lower level. Go do labor. There's nothing wrong with that. But when they go and they have these degrees, they refuse. They'd rather be unemployed. Somehow, in their minds, it's better for them to be unemployed. And that makes more sense than to actually, again, in their minds only, lower themselves to a physical labor job. And that is a foolish thing, again. So another point that I wanted to make on this is one that a lot of you may not agree with and may not like, but I know this to be true. For most people who go to college, especially if you go away to college, you go live in the college and it's your first time away from home, there's a lot of negative that comes with this as far as the socializing aspect goes. So to put it plainly, for women, a lot of them just become whores. That's it. They become fucking whores and sluts and they start sleeping around. By the time they're done with college, they slept with dozens of guys, sometimes hundreds of guys. And they're taught that this is okay. So as they're doing these things that are not good in any way, they're also being indoctrinated to believe that it's okay and acceptable and that they shouldn't be judged for these things, which is bullshit. The guys also are being taught certain social skills that are not a positive in any way, as far as how to act, how to treat women, how to be respectful of others. They become pussies, basically. Especially these days with the safe spaces and shit. I've never heard of something so stupid as a safe space. Colleges these days now are protesting certain speakers from even coming and lecturing there because their feelings are hurt, because they don't like what the person's saying. And they're openly admitting to not giving a fuck about the First Amendment and preferring that people not be allowed to talk because they're offending somebody. This is what I mean by people becoming pussies. You become soft when you start being around a big group of people like that, when collectively everyone thinks like that. And especially when the professors, for the most part, are all super liberal. You become like them. So most of these people who are called professors at a university level, in my opinion, are fucking idiots. If I speak to them, if I sit down with them one-on-one, I would never fucking allow my children to be taught by these people. Never. So these are some of the reasons why I think it's not a good idea to automatically assume college is the best thing. What makes a lot more sense is to go to work, make some money, right? Accumulating debt without having a clear plan as to how to get out of it and without having a clear justification for it is a stupid thing to do for anybody. And most of these people that go to college who don't have rich parents that can pay for it up front end up having student loan debt for decades. For decades. And a lot of them are also not aware that student loan debt is one of the only types of debt that you cannot get out of through bankruptcy. They cannot dismiss student loan debt. It's always going to follow you no matter what. So think carefully about these things before you decide to either jump into college yourselves or even encourage your children to do so. I think it's much more important to learn to work, to learn to socialize in the real world, not in this protected, politically correct bitch world that colleges have become. All right, and the last point I'm going to make on this is that most of the professors, the teachers that you're learning from have learned themselves a decade ago or more. So they're already outdated. The curriculum that you're being taught is outdated. The books you're learning from are outdated. Technology and society and business is advancing so fast and changing at such a fast pace that by the time you're done with your 4 years, none of this shit means anything to the corporations you want to work for. The corporations would much rather you come to them and spend 6 months in allowing them to teach you what they want you to do than to bring some bullshit degree saying, I'm this smart and I know this and this and this and I'm qualified because my university told me I am. It doesn't make sense. Learn to work, learn to earn, learn to make money. Don't have a sense of self-entitlement and toughen the fuck up is my advice to you guys in general. Don't become one of these fucking soft people who are brainwashed into thinking that because they went to college, they're deserving of something that they're not. That's not the way the real world operates. All right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.